Blackhawks are looking for that same type of effort.
Your referee tonight will be Don Koharski, the linesman Gord Brossiker, and Kevin Collins.
I hope Koharski was in for curfew.
All right, here's the draw as we get underway. Controlled by the Hawks. Bob Murray, who did not play in the first game, is in there tonight. He dumped one into the Blues zone. A giveaway to Larmer, centering. He just missed Goulet. And it carries to the near side. Wilson held it in. Savard to the near corner. Turns behind the net. Savard had it poked away there by Roberts. Here's Larmer to the near side. Out to the line. Wilson lets it go. And he rifles one wide. Cairn to the far board. Bob Murray kept it in. Now behind the net, Cavallini on the near board. And the Blues unable to get it out of there. Brett Hull reverses it to the far side. Now they're able to corral it, and Paul Cavallini. He's Rick Mahar dumping it in. Steve Larmer starts Chicago back. Gave it to Troy Murray at center. Clearing it into the Blues zone. Mike Lawler hustles after it. Just got there before Murray did. Now behind the net, Glenn Featherstone for St. Louis. Hammers it off the glass. Not out. Brown held it in. A bouncing puck now finally eludes him. And the Blues, Lowry sails one into the Chicago end of the ice. Heath Brown. And on a delayed offside call, the whistle sounds. No further play. Mike Keenan employing a change or two in his lineup tonight. Bob Murray in there for Chicago, as is Al Secord, and neither one was in the lineup in game one of this series. Meanwhile, Brian Sutter, it appears, is using the exact same lineup he had the other night. Al Secord, a veteran playoff performer.
95 games now for Secord in his playoff career. 21 goals and 55 points.
Now the draw to Harold Schnepp. There's it into the Chicago zone. Wilson. And behind the goal. Goes up the middle, right on the stick of Presley. He feeds Roenick to the line. Schnepp took him off the play there. And it's cleared back to center ice. Oh, Roenick able to jam it loose and shoot it into the Blues zone. Jeff Brown back. Brown goes up the left wing boards off the skate of Brindamore back into the Chicago zone. To the near side, McLean got to the loose puck. Center one, tip, Millen the save, rebound. Oates can't get to the loose puck, tied up on the play, and Steve Thomas able to feed Presley, who got it to the Blues line. Was stopped there. Quick feed to Oates. Has room. Fires. Millen the save. And he hangs on. The Hawks getting caught in a player change when they failed to get it in deep. And now a little problem around the net, as Greg Millen seemed to come out and be agitated with one of the Blues. I think McLean, well, after he made the save and got a whistle, a little problem around the goal mouth. Everybody's separated now, so we'll see if there are any penalties. It does not appear there will be. It's early. It is scoreless.
The world's most accurate.
But the Blues come right back with a good scoring chance. McLean across to Brindamore. Brindamore gets it on net. Millen, good reaction, kicked it away. And then on a player change, Adam Oates picks it up from the defenseman, lets it go, trying to go to the glove side. Millen makes the save. McLean comes in after the whistle and tries to pry it loose, and that got Millen excited. He took a run at McLean. The rest of the players milling around and some pushing and shoving, a lot of conversation. And no penalties and a face-off. Now Koharski's over to the bench having something fixed. Looks like his whistle. And Lacey out there with...
He stole the pee out of that thing. Well, a referee without a whistle, that's
well, there are 4,000 dogs out of the gate 3.5 right now trying to get in.
Well, I'm sure the Blues are happy about this delay, as the Blackhawks had a good start, as they often do, but their problem, I think, Dale, at home is often the good start, if there is one, only lasts for a couple of shifts. If the opponent can get through that time, they often can be in pretty good shape.
sometimes some teams turn this crowd into a positive for themselves. I know Edmonton did it for years. They loved coming in here. This building used to get them more excited than the building at home. But that's pretty easy because at home there's not much as far as noise or volume from the fans.
Don Koharski is still not very happy with his apparatus there, it doesn't look like.
They have a backup whistle.
Oh boy, you think with the...
Maybe that's his lucky whistle.
Did the league not hand out enough fines this year? The whistle fund is a little short. All right, here's the draw now, taken by Bob Murray. Murray put it to Troy. Murray with room to center ice. Bouncing one into the St. Louis zone. Fowler back of the net. What a rough ride from Gilbert. Then Momesso looks to clear it to Ron Wilson. He does. And Wilson gave it back to Lawler. Now Featherstone. Something into the Blackhawk zone. Millen doubled it to the far side. Kick to the line. A long shot goes wide from Lawler. And now Gilbert got it to the Blues line. Ron Wilson. His speed to an open wing. Now taken by Gilbert into the St. Louis zone on Lawler. Trying to move in front. Shoot! Oh, he had Riendo leaning the wrong way, but shot it just wide. Savard goes down. There'll be a penalty on Featherstone. And Featherstone gets the game's first penalty. The Hawks to the power play, trying to break a scoreless tie. This is
More and more people are finding more.
He goes to Featherstone for hooking Dennis Savard at 2:55 of the first period. Blackhawks get their first power play of the game. Savard hooked down as Gilbert was flattened as well, and then Lemieux with a good solid hit as well. A physical shift, the most physical shift so far. Bodies flying all over. Lemieux tried to take a run at Momesso, a much bigger player, and Lemieux got the worst of it.
Savard, Larmer, and Goulet for the Chicago power play, along with Wilson and Yanni. And here comes Wilson out of his own end. It's Lowry and Mahar for St. Louis, along with Lawler and Schnepp. Here comes Savard in over the line, weaving to the deep slot, now faking, moves in, shoots one. He just missed the near post, and it rolls all the way back into the Chicago zone. Now Yanni puts Savard over the St. Louis line. Threw it to the far side. Larmer the shot. Riendo the save, and he gives no rebound.
The goaltender loves to see that shot all night long. Larmer from a poor angle let it go high to the short side. Riendo saw it all the way and casually gloved it. The best chances for the Blackhawks have been by Gilbert and Savard, and both of them shot it wide as Savard drifted through the middle of the box. Fake went wide and had Riendo beaten, but shot it wide. Likewise, Gilbert in the prior shift had to go low to the stick side. Just missed the net.
Steve Larmer leads the Chicago team in playoff scoring, 9 points in his first 8 games. Dennis Savard with 2 goals and 4 assists so far in the playoffs. Now squares off against Ron Wilson for the draw. And here it is behind the net, taken by Lawler. Mike Lawler to Rich Sutter, who clears. Now Bob Murray on there to man the right point. And starts the Blackhawks away. Gave it to Savard, who's forced to turn in his own end. Now Wilson gave it to Savard. A weak pass is stolen by Ron Wilson. Steps over the Hawk line, shoots one. Millen picks it over the glass. And into the crowd as the Blackhawks had a couple of chances to wind up out of their own end that time on the breakout pattern and failed to get anything going.
The Blues were very good special teams this year. They were 7th on the power play, and they were 7th in penalty killing. With Wilson and Sutter, both of them very aggressive, not sitting back. Savard tried to go rink wide, but failed to pass. Get anything on the pass, was picked off by Wilson. Shot might have gone wide, but Millen was there to kick it away anyway, and it went high into the seats for another faceoff. Tough first power play once again. The power play really not very good in the playoffs. 6 for 47.
And Yanni battles his way to center where Mahar stole it and Lowry cleared it. 40 seconds left on the Chicago power play. Dave Manson dumping it in. Bounces behind the net. Roenick chases after third, digs it out to the line, and Yanni across the Manson, the one-timer. Ripped by rebound. Roenick shot it wide of an open side. Behind the net, Thomas. Put it to the far point. Here's Manson. Lets it go. It didn't get through Mahar, and Lowry clears. Roenick had to react very quickly on that rebound opportunity. He had the open side, but couldn't get enough wood on it to direct the puck the way where he wanted to. Here's Roenick back into the blue zone. He walks right through Lawler. Moves behind the net. Roenick pass picked off along the boards. Here's Featherstone out of the penalty box. Trying to feed to Ron Wilson, who clears it back to the Hawk net. Both teams now back at full strength. Wayne Sutter coughed it up. Here's Brindamore, a shot, and then kicked aside by Millen to the near board. Secor came up with it, rolled it into the St. Louis zone. Robert popped it up to Troy Murray, a shot, big save by Riendo. Murray has it again. Fought off a hit from Brindamore, shoots one, and he missed the net. At the near point is Conroy. Here's his shot, goes around behind the goal. Here's Sutter. Wayne Sutter battling Paul Cavallini, trying to get away from him. He's having a problem doing that. And Secord in after, then he lost it to Roberts, who nearly gave it away. Now the Blues come out 3-on-2. McLean puts Brindamore over the line on the left side. Brindamore center one. Millen kicked it away, and then it bounced loose to Secord. He feeds Sutter, carrying it into the St. Louis zone as the Hawks head for a change. Featherstone on it for the Blues. Hammers one by McLean, back into the Chicago zone. Played by Greg Gilbert. Gilbert to Manson, and a penalty coming up as a forechecking St. Louis player was knocked down by Jocelyn Lemieux. He'll get an interference penalty. 14 minutes remaining in the first. No score as we pause for a regional break. You're watching Stanley.
First penalty of the night to the Blackhawks for interference. Lemieux at 6:12. Well, Lemieux, not in that situation, knocked down Featherstone. It happened in the Blackhawk zone. As a forechecker tried to get deep, Lemieux cut him off, and the arm went up on Koharski, but still a penalty, and the Blues get a chance to take the lead as they did in Game 1.
Blues were 0 for 2 the other night on the power play. Here's Adam Oates coming out of his own end. His pass stolen by Larmer. He cuts for the net, shoots one. Riendo makes the save and hangs on. Larmer really didn't have anywhere to go with it. Had to just try to find an opening, but Riendo shut the door.
A soft pass from Oates, picked off by Larmer. Good read by Larmer. It was an excellent penalty killer. There's a shorthanded goal in this year's playoffs. Adam Oates looking one way, went on the backhand, and Larmer read it perfectly, picked it off, but too sharp of an angle, just shot it right into the glove of Riendo. Second giveaway by the Blues. Roberts in the last shift coughed one up that resulted in a Troy Murray scoring chance. Larmer with 90 points in the regular season, leading the team in scoring, as well in the playoffs with 9 points, but only 2 goals.
Jeff Brown back of his own net. Cleared it to the corner. Ron Wilson there. Now Paul Cavallini starts away. Cavallini gets to center and drives it in there. Bad hop right to the slot, but Millen had not vacated the goal. Blues then able to hold it in. Here's Brown at the near point with a long shot. Millen the save, gave up a rebound. Gilbert there, and he cleared it to center. Doug Wilson chasing after it, got knocked down. The play goes on as the Blues' Brett Hull steps into the Hawk zone. Hull weaves to the far side, chipped into the slot, picked off by Gilbert. To Larmer. Steve Larmer gains the line, put it to Bob Murray. It just hopped over his stick as he tried to cut off the slot. And back come the Blues. Oates missing Jeff Brown with a pass. Dessel has to go back for it. Gave it to Ron Wilson to Oates. Adam Oates into the Chicago zone, left it for Brett Hull. He centered one. Dessel couldn't hold the pass. He was well covered. Heath Brown clears to Savard. Savard 2-on-2. Skates it over the Blues line, trying to run it through his legs. He did, and got tied up in the corner by Ron Wilson. Here's Brett Hull feeding Oates to center. Got it over the line. Paul McLean was stopped there. A nice play by Keith Brown and Troy Murray. Cleared it to center. McLean shooting it back in. Keith Brown behind the net. Able to clear. As he does, the Chicago penalty expires and both teams are back at full strength. Paul McLean flips it ahead to Momesso over the line. Sergio Momesso got ridden off the play by Conroy. Thomas the other way. Thomas crisscrossing over the line, moves to the deep slot, and he couldn't let the shot go. Now taken by Lallard, dumping it in. Hansen behind the net. Battles away from Mahar. Cleared it to Presley on the right side. Presley's pass broken up by Gino Cavallini. Cavallini storming over the Hawk line. Shoots one and a save by Millen. Rebound. And Mahar got knocked down by Conrad as he tried to let the rebound shot go. Back of the net, Creighton jammed it loose to the far side. Held in by Mahar. Behind the net to Gino Cavallini. Millen's going to get a penalty. Here's Cavallini, a shot. Millen stopped it. Rebound to the Hawks, and the penalty will be called as Presley now knocks down Mahar, and Gino Cavallini trying to cool Mahar down because he knows that the Blues will get a power play unless they do something foolish here.
Millen knocked down the player in the crease. That's supposed to be his territory. He's not allowed to be hassled there, but Koharski calls it anyway.
11 minutes to go in the first. There's no score. We pause for a regional break. You're watching Stanley Cup playoff action on Sports Channel.
Greg Millen, the slashing penalty at 9:06, and the Blues get their second straight power play. Millen outside the crease, trying to play the shot, gives Kelly chase, he kicks him. Backs into the crease, clearly a penalty for tripping, but they call it for slashing. Chase, who set a record for most penalty minutes by a rookie in a Blues uniform this year. Trying to set a screen for Millen. Millen tried to move him from in front of the net. The penalty called by Koharski, and the Blues with another power play chance, their second of the night. Penalty killing has been superb for the Blackhawks. One special team working anyway. They've had a good playoff, 8 goals against and 46 times short.
Ron Wilson, Brett Hull, and Peter Zezel on the Blues power play with Oates and Jeff Brown. The draw to the near point held in by Oates. And a center one is stolen by Gilbert. Gilbert in a 2-on-1. Has Larmer with him. Gilbert cuts in. Fires. Riendo makes the save. Rebound to the Blues. Brett Hull. Hull leads the St. Louis rush. Works his way over the Hawk line. Couldn't get by Gilbert, but then Oates kept it in. To the near corner, Doug Wilson. Bounce it loose to Gilbert. He feeds too far for Larmer. And the Blues, Jeff Brown corrals to Oates. He puts Zezel over the line. Leaving for Oates to the near point. Put it to the deep slot. Hull standing on a pass. Stolen away to Larmer. Here's the race is on. Larmer in on Oates. Has a man coming. Gave it to Troy Murray. Kicked it right out. The save by Riendo, and the net is knocked off the mooring. Troy Murray tried to hold that pass from Larmer, but he failed to corral it. It ended up in a deflection toward the net. But he clearly was trying to gain control to snap the wrist shot.
Tough play for Troy Murray to pick it up, but what a shift by Larmer. 3 times in a row he had to go from defense to offense, and finally in the 3rd time he still slowed up, waited for Oates. Oates played it well. The pass just off the end of Troy Murray's backhand opportunity and deflected into Riendo, and Troy Murray went into the net. Good work by Gilbert and Larmer to sneak it away from Oates, who's had a tough start tonight on the power play, but Gilbert tries to go to the short side with the defenseman sliding in front, preventing the pass over to Larmer. He tried to take advantage of the shot, but Riendo got enough of it that he deflected wide on the short side.
A minute left on the Blues power play. All Cavallini to Adam Oates. Tried to dump it in, couldn't get it deep. They'll try again and got it behind the net. Keith Brown back with plenty of time. Clearing. Now Momesso for St. Louis. Give it to Adam Oates. He drops it deeper into his own end. Here comes Paul Cavallini. Cleared it ahead over the stick of Brindamore. Bouncing around at center. Keith Brown's pass picked off, and McLean Gets it into the Chicago zone. McLean left it in the near side. Oates at the point. Up the board for Brindamore. Back to Oates in the deep slot, a long shot. That hit somebody in front. Rebound Savard. Couldn't get it out. Over to the far corner goes Lemieux. Now Brown delivered a big check on McLean from behind. Threw him to the ice. And the puck winds up back in the Hawk zone. Now they're going to get a penalty. McLean got cross-checked in the back, I think, by Jocelyn Lemieux. And there may have been other activity elsewhere. And Momesso is going to get a penalty for St. Louis. Well, McLean really got hammered as he went for a player change, but Koharski saw a different infraction. 9 minutes left in a scoreless first.
Coming off his best year ever with 24 goals and 56 points. McLean gets hit from Brown from behind, then Brown grabs his jersey, throws him to the ice, no penalty call. Finally, the Hawks were able to clear. McLean took exception to it. Momesso comes in, gives Brown a whack, and then Lemieux continued on and gave McLean a whack after he gave Brown another whack.
Oh, the Blackhawks now with the power play, and Fowler looks to clear. Couldn't get it out. Goulet sent it. Roenick right in. Riendo! Rebound taken by Roenick off of Thomas' speed. Now to Thomas behind the net. Steve Thomas put it to the line. Nobody at the far point. And the Hawks have to regroup. Big save by Riendo on a glorious chance for Jeremy Roenick. Now the Blues, Rich Sutter looks to clear, and he does. Bob Murray has to hurry. Ron Wilson hustling, knocked him down. Murray trying to grab his stick. Now Wilson centered, and it was behind Rich Sutter. Thomas comes out. This pass a two-line effort to Roenick, and the whistle sounds.
Upset there was no penalty called on Wilson. Wilson had the momentum. Murray had to go from a standing start to go to that loose puck. Wilson was still in motion. And they gained some ground on him. Meanwhile, Riendo, terrific save. He was moving to his left and kicked back to his right to Rob Roenick on the one-timer on a soft pass from the far side. Minute 13 remaining on the second Blackhawk power play.
Now it's Creighton, Savard, and Larmer out there for Chicago with Yanni and Wilson. Ron Wilson and Rich Sutter for the Blues. Paired up with Snaps and Lawler. A draw to Doug Wilson. Wilson starts Savard on his way to center. His pass missing Creighton. Yanni. Over to Doug Wilson. Back to Yanni. He skates it to the line, then flips it into the corner. Lawler after it there. It's dug loose by Snep. Harold Snep couldn't get it out. Savard held it in. Up the boards for Larmer. Larmer on the far side. Back to the deep slot in Yanni. Yanni hangs on, faking. Now back to Yanni along. Shot to save. Rebound. They score! Steve Larmer picked up the rebound and fired it over the ball in Riendo. And the Blackhawks cash in the power play to take a 1-0 lead.
It wasn't easy. The clearing intent by Snap kept in by Savard at the point. He jumped up, gloved it, put it down, got it to Larmer, returned, got it to Yanni. Yanni fake, got it over to Wilson. Back to Yanni, who let it go. The shot, I think, hit Creighton in front and went right out to Larmer, and Riendo tried to recover but didn't get enough of it. And Larmer gets the opening goal of the night on a power play. Larmer gets his third goal in playoff competition. The puck got through Creighton. Riendo never saw it with Creighton and Snep in front of him. The rebound went right to Larmer, and he made him pay.
3 goals in the playoffs, 34 all year, including the playoffs for Steve Larmer. And the Hawks able to grab the lead for the first time in the series. Now Keith Brown back at his own net. Brown gave it to Bob Murray. Up the boards to Gilbert. He shoots it in there. Racing after Troy. Murray, a quick shot, hit the side of the goal. And behind the net, Paul Cavallini digs it loose. Gave it to Brett Hull. Hall dumps it in, hoping for Momesso, but Bob Murray back there first to gain possession and clear it back to the neutral area. Hall, Cavallini into the head. Zezel went down as he crossed the line, but Cavallini held it in centering. Hall, oh, he nearly kicked it forward to his stick, barely failed to let the shot go there, and he was in a dangerous position. Hawks cleared into the blue zone. A Goulet steal behind the net. Goulet sent it. Riendo blocked the pass nicely, and Hall got it to center ice. Bob Brindamore got it to the line, was stopped there. Roenick the other way. Jeremy Roenick knocked down by Featherstone, and Lowler moves it into the Chicago zone. Brindamore far side. A wrist shot and a save by Millen. Rebound to the far corner. Roenick there. He couldn't get it out. Brent Hull to the deep slot, put it to Featherstone. Here he sent it once right through to the far corner where Presley bangs it back to center ice. Featherstone. And a dump in, look out in the crowd as it sails upstairs. Just under 6 minutes to go in the opening period. Oh, now we got a problem on the far side. There's a couple of players. Manson seems to be in there along with McLean. Now Secord and Featherstone shoving back and forth. Featherstone, it looked like he had something to say to Millen. Secord give him a face full of gloves. Now the officials appear to have been able to calm most everybody down. With 6 minutes to go in the first, it's 1-0 Chicago.
Well, right now, Brindamore and Creighton are in the penalty boxes. Kucharski just had enough of Sutter, and I believe Featherstone is well after the fact. They got into a shoving match. Now Featherstone discussed it, kicks the bench, and those might be misconducts for both Sutter and Featherstone. Featherstone's going to have a sore toe in the morning.
It appeared that Kucharski was indicating misconduct penalties for Sutter and Featherstone. Now he explains his decision to representatives of each team.
St. Louis Bentley's number 19.
Here's Adam Creighton's going to get an extra minor here, so the Blues will head to the power play.
2 minutes high sticking. St. Louis Bentley number 36, Glenn Featherstone, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct. Blackhawk Bentley's number 12, Wayne Sutter, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 22, Adam Creighton, 2 minutes high sticking and 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct. All at 14-16.
Obviously, Mike Keenan doesn't agree with it. He's over by the door, giving Kucharski the evil eye.
Blackhawk Bentley's Sutter, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct. Creighton, 2 minutes.
Obviously, what Keenan heard from Kucharski was enough. He was agreeable on his side. He went right back to his regular spot. So the Blues get their third power play here in the first 14 minutes and 16 seconds of the first period. But very few penalties in the first game. Only had 5 in the first 2 periods, and then in the third we had a few altercations, but only one major altercation in the entire game. It was a physical game, but cleanly played and had good momentum, good pace to it.
First period here tonight, teams are just trading power plays back and forth for the better part of it. The Blues have one now. Here's the draw. Jeff Brown cranks it in there. Doug Wilson got it right back the other way. Adam Oates has a problem with Gilbert, now able to get away from him. Oates starts on Wilson to center ice. Wilson to the Hawk line, was stood up there by Doug Wilson with a nice play, and it results in an offside rush, says Kevin Collins.
It appeared the puck was across the line by Wilson when it was poked off his stick. Controversy in the first game on a 2-line pass to Lowry. Everyone thought it was offside. The Blackhawks still to this minute think it was an offside play. We thought with the benefit of replay and the stop action that Lowry had his skate on the line when the puck crossed it, but apparently from a different angle it was thought otherwise.
Now the Blues dump it in. Zezel, got help from Ron Wilson. Out to the near point is Oates. He cuts into the near circle. Shoots one, and he fired it just wide. Now Jeff Brown keeps it in for Ron Wilson. Side of the net, Zezel. Put it to Ron Wilson in behind. Now Zezel works against Bob Murray in the corner. Came loose to Brindamore. Hall rather, he shoots and Millen stopped it. Rebound cleared down all the way.
What quick hands and reaction by Hull. That puck seemed to be in his feet. He was able to release it in a hurry, and it just hit Millen.
Lemieux back in his own goal, has some time. Weak clearing effort when the Blues can't quite hold it in. 45 seconds now remain in the St. Louis power play. Jeff Brown to Adam Oates. The return pass sends McLean over the line. Now he lost the handle behind the net. Millen hacked it away from Pete Brown, allowing Messo to hold it in, but he gave it right back to Brown. He cleared. One more rush on this Blues power play. Oates battles it to the line, puts it into the far corner. Manson on it there, has time, and he cleared.
No sense dumping it in. When you get to the blue line, everyone has to stop to make sure you're not going to go offside. And you dump it in, it gives the other team momentum to get it and dump.
Now the Chicago penalty is over. Both teams back at full strength. All Cavallini to Sergio Mamessa. Looking for Hall at center, but Conroy has him well covered. Now Roenick stopped in the neutral area, and the Blues cleared in offside, an intentional offside, says Kevin Collins, to draw all the way back into the Blues zone with 3.5 to go in the opening period. 1-0 Chicago. At Foley and Dale Talon in Chicago Stadium, where the faceoff is in the Blues zone, right to the slot area. Thomas flipped the backhander wide as he was yanked down. Blues clear at the length. It'll be an icing call against St. Louis.
Another shot of Eddie Belfour, who's been busier than Mitch Williams. 4 times he's replaced Greg Millen. Curtis Joseph backing up tonight. Injured his shoulder in Game 5. Was replaced by Riendo with 11 minutes to go in that clinching victory over the Maple Leafs.
The Blues say he's basically back to 100% and available to them, but obviously the way Riendo played in the first game of this series, he'll have to play himself out of a spot, I think, rather than them looking to Joseph.
Obviously, it depends on what happens tonight.
Now here's the draw, cleared to center ice. Conroy dumping it in. Ward Roberts back. Here's the call. Cavallini, now Ron Wilson. 3-on-3, crossing the Hawk line. With poke check there by Manson. Lemieux can't find the bouncing puck. Rich Sutter bounced it into the Hawk zone. Big scramble along the far board. And the penalty is cleared back into the St. Louis zone, and they're going to rule this icing against Chicago.
Quite a battle along the boards just inside the Hawk blue line. Sutter and Lemieux and Presley and Wilson kind of finally get the puck loose, and then it was backhanded by Lemieux the length of the ice.
25-year-old Dave Lowry, his 5th year in the league. Best year he's ever had. 19 goals, 25 points. The previous high was 18 points, so he's never been a big scorer, but a grinding winger, good penalty killer, and a type of player every successful team has got to have.
Very good role player.
Here's Trent Yawney. Right wing boards to Larmer. His pass missing Roenick. The Blues dump it in. Millen mishandled it. Now diving headlong, able to cover it just before Mahar got to the loose puck, and a near miss there for the Blues.
Well, aggressive coming out of the net to challenge. Mishandled it and then was able to recover. Was flipped in by Featherstone. It's a funny hop. Millen was a bit off balance and then dove headlong to pounce on it. Mike Gilbert, who's had a terrific regular season and an excellent playoff series as well, had 4 goals coming into tonight's action in 8 previous games.
Gilbert out there with Larmer and Roenick. have Oates, Brindamore, and Hull on the ice. The other night that Oates and Hull, who had normally played together all year long, didn't seem to be paired together that much in game one. Here comes Roenick on a 3-on-2 to the Taylor. Gilbert is shot, deflected wide. Rebound behind the net. Roenick jams it loose. Trying to center when Riendo blocked the pass, then it came back to Roenick. Near point to Bob Murray. Murray up the boards with it into the circle, shooting. Riendo the save and gives no rebound with Gilbert there hoping for one. Now he and Lawler come together. Featherstone grabbing Gilbert from behind, and Larmer had hold of Featherstone. And now the linesman kind of separated, and we're going to have a couple of penalties here. From Koharski, it looks like.
Looks like Featherstone will be one of the players. And it looks like might be a power play out of the situation. Bob Murray playing the left point. Played most of his career on the right side. Moved in on the forehand. That's a big plus of playing the offside. You're able to move into the forehand and towards the front of the net. Gilbert took a swat at it, and Riendo made the save with Gilbert hacking at it. So good concentration shown by Riendo. That's not an easy save. Murray had to flip it quickly as there's a defenseman stick in front of him. Didn't get as much as he normally would with a slap shot, obviously, but Featherstone gets the lone penalty for coming in and dumping Gilbert after the whistle. Penalty coming at 17:54 of the first period. Second trip in a row and third of the game for Featherstone.
Now Larmer on the far board to the corner. Goulet cuts in 7-1 right through the goal crease. It went as Roenick couldn't get any wood on it. Roenick on the near board now. Jeremy Roenick to Wilson, the deep slot, put it back to Roenick, side of the net. Goulet touch pass missing. Larmer, then Wilson shoots one. He shot it wide. Now a penalty. Bob Murray is going to be called for interference. He points at Harold Schneps, who's been cut now. It's an interference call, and Schneps is, I think, trying to say it was Bob Murray's stick possibly that came up and cut him, and he's hoping for a major penalty. Koharski shaking his head negatively, though.
Number 6, Bob Murray, 2 minutes for interference at 18:21.
Well, Bob Murray was pointing the finger at Schneps as he moved into the front of the net area. But Bob Murray gets sent off, nullifying what looked like a potentially good power play for the Blackhawks. They had good possession, were moving it around. Bob Murray normally on the point of the power play. Roenick to Goulet. Goulet's touch pass, and Bob Murray came in and bumped up with sticks with Schneps in front of the net. Koharski calling everything here in this first part of the first period. Meanwhile, Schneps clipped along the right eye. No 5-minute major, though.
35-year-old Harold Schneps, 979 regular season games he's appeared in, and the Blues people say that he has been a terrific add to their team. Mostly, forget about his hockey playing abilities and his cool experience at the blue line. They think he's been a great add for their locker room mentality.
Well, that's what they wanted to get when they got both Schneps and Sutter from Vancouver.
There's the draw now, 4 skaters aside with 1.5 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 in favor of the Hawks. Ron Wilson, 2-on-2 over the line, got poke checked by Yoni, then races after the near corner but fails to corral it. Larmer does. Steve Larmer sends it back the other way. It's going to be an icing call against Chicago. Gord Roberts in his 11th year in the NHL. Had 4 more seasons of WHA experience, so he's been a pro for quite some time.
A bit of a slower pace here in the last 5 minutes of the first period than we had probably in the entire first game and first part of the first period. Stoppages, a few altercations, penalty-filled first period.
Now the draw is underneath Larmer, and we'll do it again.
Larmer fell forward, was off balance, had his stick behind him. Safe play for him was to just glove it. Looking for a teammate maybe to advance it to. Saw no one, so just sat on it. This man won't make too many mistakes at either end of the ice.
Now the draw. Greg Gilbert is behind his own net. Doug Wilson bumped there by Oates, and Larmer held down feeding Gilbert. And he got a big hit from Jeff Brown, but rolled it to center ice. Now Yanni back into his own end. Yanni for Doug Wilson. Gives it back to his defense partner and shot down into the Blues zone. Paul Cavallini back. Paul Cavallini to Jeff Brown. Gets it right to Dave Manson. Now Manson up the near board to Troy Murray. 20 seconds left in the period. Murray gains the St. Louis line, but Lemieux was in there offside.
Well, Lemieux tried to hold up. Feared that he might have. Tried to drag the line with his right leg, but looked like he might have lifted it up with Troy Murray stick handling to the middle part of the ice, with Keith Brown coming late with a full head of steam.
Jocelyn Lemieux has missed 2 of the previous 8 games in this year's playoffs. No goals, 4 assists. What he gives to his team is far more than what you would see on a stat sheet, however.
Well, he contributed a lot more offense probably than they thought he would in the last half of the year with 10 goals in 39 games, but he added some passion, some emotion to the roster with some hard hitting and great work ethic.
Still 4 aside with 18 seconds left in the period. Here's Manson retreating in his own end. Now trying to wind it up to center ice. Long feed to Goulet, steps over the line, and his shot sails wide as the first period comes to an end. Well, a lot, as you mentioned, a lot more spotty type play. There was more flow and so forth in game 1. We had a lot of stoppages here in the first period of this game. And the Blues now will be in a come from behind type situation, which is hardly their forte. They are very effective when they can play with the lead.
A lot more emotion shown by the Blackhawks in this entire first period than maybe the first game total. So a good start for them to get a power play goal finally too, but still only a 1-0 lead. The Blues are still in good shape, and certainly a 1-goal deficit is not insurmountable when you have Brett Hull in the lineup.
10 shots for St. Louis in the period, 8 for Chicago. The only goal coming on a Blackhawk power play. Steve Larmer with a rebound strike for his 3rd playoff goal. Yanni and Wilson assisting at 12-19. So a good first period here tonight at Chicago Stadium, and after one, the Blackhawks said in the first game, one thing Vincent Riendo is prone to do is give up rebounds. You can only help yourself on that by getting to the front of the net. That's how the Hawks scored their first goal.
Well, first of all, you got to get the shot on target. Trent Yanni fakes over to Doug Wilson. Back to Trent Yanni, lets it go right on target. The rebound to Larmer with Creighton and steps in front. Riendo didn't see it, made the save. But Steve Larmer gets a break, and then right after, a shorthanded situation for the Blackhawks. 3 power plays they had to kill off here in the first period. Gilbert forced to shoot because Brown stayed in the middle, shut down the passing lane. Riendo deflected it wide. The Blackhawks have a 1-0 lead, and they'll have a brief power play to start the second period.
And that second period will follow this time out. At the end of 1, it's 1-0 Chicago. Stadium, the Blackhawks were outshot in the first period 10-8 by the Blues, but Steve Larmer on a power play rebound has the only goal of the game.
Well, that's good news for the Blackhawks, because the first period has not been very good to them in the first part of the playoffs. They've now scored 12-5 coming into tonight's game, and the Blues really had excellent first periods in their first series. 8-2 they outscored Toronto, and likewise the Blackhawks in their first 6 games of the playoffs. And in the regular season, the Blues had a big edge in the first period as well, outscoring them 18-12.
21 seconds left on a Bob Murray penalty, so the Blues a short manpower advantage here at the start of the second. And the draw is taken by Paul Cavallini, shooting it in. Doug Wilson back of the net, fires it around the boards, not out. Centering pass just missed Hull. Comes to the near side. Paul Cavallini couldn't hold it in. And Jeff Brown retreats to his own end. Gave it to Oates. Flipped it to Brindamore, stepping over the hawk line. Rod Brindamore stopped, looking for the trailer. He hangs on. Brindamore still has it. Bounced one to the side of the net. And it's cleared loose to Wilson on the far side. The Hawk penalty over. Wilson gave it away to Brindamore. Side of the net. Here's Oates centering a shot. They score! Brett Hull tapped it into an open side. Doug Wilson, an uncharacteristic giveaway in his own end. An awful pass to Brindamore, and the Blues wind up making him pay. It's 1-1.
Well, the pass from Oates was perfect. Wilson tries to go up the middle. It's in the midsection of Brindamore over Oates. He fakes the shot, misses Yanni and Millen, and Brett Hull makes no mistake. Perfect pass from Adam Oates. Oates coming off an excellent season with 79 assists, setting a team record for the Blues. He's a great passer and playmaker, and that was a perfect pass after Brindamore intercepted the Doug Wilson clearing attempt.
Coming off a 72-goal year, Brett Hull now with 7 goals in 7 playoff games.
St. Louis goal.
7-game scoring streak.
Number 16, Brett Hull. Assisted by number 12.
There's the draw now, taken by Manson. Gave it to Creighton. Shoveled it ahead to Presley over the line. Wayne Presley in on Lowler. Shoots, and a save by Riendo, and this time he gets no rebound.
But a perfect pass from Oates to set up Hull, and Hull made no mistake from the sharp angle. And Presley tries to counter, got the puck in the neutral zone, a bouncing puck. He let go through a defenseman. Riendo made the save, and had difficulty locating it after he made the save. Brett Hull, 7 goals in the playoffs, 79 for the year. 7-game scoring streak, leading the league with 12 points. Leading the league with 42 shots on goal. He had 40 coming into tonight's action.
And he's going to lead the league in the biggest percentage of contract increase next year. Here's the draw. Taken by Ron Wilson. There's it to the Chicago line. Creighton there. Creighton gave it right to Lowry. Dave Lowry dumping it in. Manson. Moving around the boards, not out. Featherstone. And they'll flip it in front. It caroms to the near corner. Taken there by Ron Wilson. He cuts to the side of the net. Conroy poke-checked him, then Millen blocked his pass. Now dug out Lowry, and a save by Millen. Rebound. Cleared to the near side. Taken out of there by Creighton. Adam Creighton into the Blues zone. Ron Lowler to the corner. And Rich Sutter took it away. Lost it behind the net. Presley centered one. Creighton was knocked down, and Riendo going down to cover it up. And he gets a whistle.
Well, the Blues coughed it up in the first period on a couple of occasions. The Blackhawks returned the favor here in the early part of the second. Wilson giveaway resulted in a goal, and then a Manson giveaway results in a good scoring chance for Lowry. Hawks got themselves in trouble in this particular shift where 2 guys took a run with a Blues player along the corner boards, both Creighton and Manson, and that left Wilson open in the corner, who eventually got it out to Lowry.
Roenick and Mahar get ready to the right of Riendo. The draw right to Larmer, put it to the line. Wilson, here's long shot, and he shot it wide. Now Yanni keeps it in behind the net for Goulet. Knocked down by Jeff Brown. And he tries to clear, but Yanni keeps it in. Now Mahar gains control for St. Louis. Here it is to Jeff Brown, takes the long shot, missing the target. Armour plays the carom. Scoops it away to Goulet at center. Dumps it into the Blues zone. Roenick will get there in the near corner. Rolled it loose behind the net. Jeff Brown routed around the boards, held in by Larmer. Into the far corner, Goulet. Took a hit from Jeff Brown. Knocked loose to Roenick behind the net. Out to the line. Here's Bob Murray, the long shot. Tip. Oh, it just missed the post on a shot that was redirected. And the Blues managed to clear it to center ice. Bob Murray dumping it back in. Jeff Brown. Made it to the far side. A big scramble along the boards, and the Blues Peter Zezel digs it out to Jeff Brown. He'll accept an icing call here as he fires at the length. And Brown is back to put the touch on it. 3 minutes gone in the second period. It's the Hawks 1 and the Blues 1.
Let the shot go, hit the heel of the shaft of the stick and deflected just wide on the near side and caromed off the end board.
Now they get ready in the St. Louis zone. There's the draw. Roy Murray to the far corner. It is behind the goal. Taken there by Paul Cavallini. Nice feed to Peter Zezel. Zezel scooped it into the open ice into the Hawk zone. Brett Hull chases behind the net. Bob Murray bumped him there. And Lemieux gathers it in for Chicago on right wing. Lemieux 2-on-2 over the line on Roberts to the corner. Lemieux and Roberts hit the deck there. Now Gilbert trying to dig it out to the near point. Manson got it back into the corner. Toward Roberts. Harassed by Gilbert, but Roberts managed to feed Momesso on the left side. Sergio Momesso. Here to the head, stolen by Conroy. Give it to Gilbert. And his pass is picked off. Featherstone. Sends it over the Hawk line. Rich Sutter with a shot and a save by Millen. Rebound to the near side, and Lemieux rolled it to center ice. Fowler sending it in. Taken by Steve Conroy. Put it to Manson. Through to the right wing boards. Missing Adam Creighton, and the Blues shoot it back in, but offside on the play. And we get a whistle. And there is a noticeable absentee on the Chicago bench.
Well, late in the first period, Dennis Savard didn't play very much, and I thought maybe Keenan was upset with his work ethic as he was in game one. Savard had one shift in the second period, played sparingly the entire game, but he has not returned to action here in the second period. And Jeremy Roenick has been playing center between Larmer and Goulet. Savard, who missed 20 games with a broken finger this year.
Here's the draw now. Doug Wilson, back of his own net. And it's an icing call against St. Louis.
The positive note to that story, if Savard is lost for the remainder of this series and the remainder of this game, Jeremy Roenick will fill in. And every time he's had to fill it in for Savard or whoever's been injured, the more ice time he's got, the better he's played. That's missing Jacques Cloutier, who was very close to returning. Dirk Graham still questionable when he'll return. Cam Russell just called up from the minors because of the injury to Bob McGill, and Mike Hudson, who's been in the lineup all season long. Oregon Loft, great season.
Lemieux between Secord and Sutter for the Blackhawks. Ron Wilson, Rich Sutter, and Lowry for the Blues. Lowry with a spinorama move behind the net. Able to get away to Ron Wilson. Here come the Blues out. Wilson in on Manson. Got poke checked at the line. Secord takes over the loose puck. Now Secord to Dwayne Sutter. And he clears it into the St. Louis zone. Gino Cavallini. Heard it to the near side. Keith Brown, a shot and a save by Riendo. Rebound behind the net. Lemieux on a center one, but it's stolen by Gino Cavallini. And here come the Blues. Might have a 3-on-2. Gino Cavallini over the line to Kelly Tate with a shot and a save by Millen in the goal. Knocked off the moorings as Cavallini just barreled to the front of the net. He and Brown ran into Millen, and the goal came loose. 5 minutes into the second period, it's Chicago 1 and St. Louis 1.
Physical game, but cleanly played. A cleanly played series up to now. Both Cavallini being run over by two Hawk players in that situation.
Now Roenick, Goulet, and Larmer against Oates, McLean, and Brindamore. Here's the draw taken by Doug Wilson. Wilson gave it to Roenick. Beating Larmer over the line. His return pass bounced to Roenick, who shoots, and a save. Rebound, Goulet! What a save by Riendo! Goulet's stick partially tied up by Paul McLean, and McLean, I believe, there saved a goal.
Well, he held Goulet's stick. And Goulet just got enough of it to make it dangerous. Roenick and Larmer with a give and go. The backhand pass back into the midsection, gloved ahead to the stick. The shot from a sharp angle, kicked by Riendo. The rebound. McLean tied up Goulet's stick beautifully and didn't allow him to get much on his shot, but it almost trickled under the armpit of Riendo. Riendo gives up another rebound. Goulet almost makes him pay.
Excellent work by Paul McLean. He is showing us some things in this series that he is hardly known for. A very intense player in the first game, blocked a shot or two. He's hardly known for that, and he's known as a sniping goal scorer, not necessarily a guy that's great in his own end, but he made a terrific play there without drawing a penalty. Here's Brindamore now, got knocked down by Yanni, but McLean flips it in deep. Wilson gave it to Larmer. Nice spinorama pass, puts Roenick over the line. Here's the drive, blocked at the defense. Nice play by Jeff Brown, and it's shot back into the Chicago zone. Keith Brown hammers it into the St. Louis zone. Paul Cavallini on it. Loops it around the board. Brett Hall didn't clear it. Cavallini tries the near side, and Brindamore deflects it to center, where Presley golfs it back in there. Over to Roberts. Gave it away to Presley. He cuts up the shot. Shoots. Riendo, they score! Presley! Riendo seemed to get a piece of it, but it dribbled into the net. An awful pass by Gordon Roberts. Put it right to Presley, and he makes the Blues defenseman pay. It's 2-1 Chicago.
It's the third time tonight that Gordon Roberts has gone up the middle. The second time it's been picked off. One time it almost got picked off. The backhand shot by Presley at the top part of Riendo's glove. I think Troy Murray being in front distracted Riendo enough so he could lose his concentration. Got a piece of it, but not enough for the backhand dump in by Presley after Roberts went up the middle. A blind pass picked off by Presley, and he gets his 6th of the playoffs.
Wayne Presley scored as many goals in 9 playoff games as he did in 49 regular season games. And now a dump in handled by Riendo, who then was in close quarters with Thomas in a big gathering behind the Blues net. Blues taking exception to Thomas coming through the goal mouth area as Riendo gloved that bouncing puck. And the officials trying to keep everybody separated. Looks like they will. 6.5 gone in the second period. It's 2-1 Chicago. Wayne Presley's 6th goal of the playoffs, 12th of the year, is unassisted at 6:18. And the Hawks are in front 2-1. Here's the play in the Blues zone. Now Troy Murray digs it out, trying to center. Paul Cavallini stole it, gave it away to Presley. He'll try again. Riendo stops this one. Rebound Troy Murray. Into the corner for Thomas. Back to Murray. Centered it. Pass was behind Presley. Now Bob Murray overskating it. Then so did Zezel. It's held in by Presley, who's knocked down. There will be a penalty. And the Blues are reeling here. After a blatant giveaway by Roberts, the next shift is all Chicago. Monesso trying to stir it up with Thomas. And a few others gather around as well. But the Blues, Zezel just, for some reason, had a clear sailing in front of him to clear the zone, and he forgot the puck. And the Hawks will head to the power play. 13 to go in the second. 2-1 Chicago. We pause for a regional break. You're watching Stanley Cup playoff action on.
And he's doing it in a big way here in game 2 in this series in the second period. Monesso for a holding after Zezel overskated a loose puck. And then Monesso added insult to injury with another penalty for roughing. So the Blackhawks now with a 4-minute man advantage power play at the 7-minute mark of the second period of a 2-1 lead, and a disturbed look on the coach, Ryan Sutter.
Roenick, Goulet, and Larmer up front with Yanni and Wilson at the point. Now the draw to Wilson at the far point. Tees it up. Fires! He shot it wide to the short side. Larmer holds it in. Larmer on the near board. Hangs on. Fakes the shot. Put it to Yanni in the deep slot. Threw it across to Wilson. Back to Yanni. Back pass for Larmer on the near side. Back again to Yanni. His long wrist shot. Riendo gloves and juggles, but he held on. Oh, and then Snap just leveled Goulet. And Goulet took a whack at a puck in midair when clearly Riendo had not gloved it, yet he was juggling. Goulet took a whack and Snap leveled him, and I don't believe he's going to get a penalty.
Because of the 4-minute penalty to Momesso, that's going to go uncalled. That's clearly a roughing penalty on Schnaps. A straight left to the mouth of Goulet, who went down in a heap as he attempted to get to a loose puck. Riendo juggled a long shot from Trent Yanni. The puck wasn't frozen. Goulet took a swat at it. Schnaps comes in and gives him a straight left right into the face. Now that is a penalty, period. Regardless of the situation.
Doubt about that. But not much doubt about that. Harold Schnaps a straight left, and there's a situation where it would appear that Don Koharski let the scoreboard do the talking. A 2-1 Chicago lead and a double minor on Momesso. So Schnaps allowed to get away with one there. Welcome to those of you from Sports Channel Florida just joining us. Here in Chicago Stadium, the Hawks here in the middle part of the second period have a 2-1 lead over the Blues and a power play. Ron Wilson and Jeremy Roenick get ready for the draw. Now the face-off taken by the Hawks, Bob Murray. Into the near corner, Larmer swung it in behind the net. Roenick battled it loose there to Larmer. Out to the line, Bob Murray. Deep slot to Doug Wilson. He put it to Goulet on the far side. Back to Wilson, a one-timer, tip, and a save by Riendo. And the Blues clear it back to center ice. Bob Murray. Cleared it ahead. Here's Goulet now over the line. Got poke checked by Rich Sutter, then Murray held it in. And now a steal by Ron Wilson. One-on-one with Doug Wilson. He'll crank that on shot, and Millen with the left pad kicks it aside. Roenick leading Larmer on left wing over the line. Larmer drop pass, stolen away from Creighton, and Rich Sutter clears it. 2.5 minutes to go in the Chicago power play. Creighton taken off the play by Mahar. Now Thomas. David Presley shooting it in. Riendo leaves for Lawler. And he sends it down the length of the ice.
If you're going to dump it in, you've got to dump it in from the red line. There's no sense even trying to dump it in at the blue line because your teammates are all standing still.
Ronnie gets the red line and bounces this one in deep. Riendo gave it to Lowry. He's got nothing but time. And he clears.
And the first penalty over on the 4-minute penalty to Momesso.
Steve Thomas bangs one in. Mike Lawler picks it up behind the net. Cleared it to the near side. Ron Wilson hacks it not out. Dave Manson holds it in for Thomas along the board center. Tip and a save by Riendo. Rebound taken by Yanni. Made it around to the near corner. Thomas. Steve Thomas to the line and Manson. Got it back around behind the goal. Presley after it there, rolled it loose for Thomas. Out to the line, but Manson had vacated. And the Hawks have to regroup at center ice. Thomas steps back in there, shoots one. Riendo the save, and Lawler clears. 1:10 left on the 4-minute penalty. Hawks dump it in there. The Blues can't get it out. Gilbert now on the far side. Walks into the corner. Centered one. Deflected out to the line. Manson able to hold it in. Long wrist shot doesn't get past Roberts. Held in by Gilbert. To the corner, Lemieux. Took a bump from Roberts there. Now Gilbert comes crashing in. Trying to help Sutter dig it out. He did. To Lemieux centering. Couldn't get it to Wilson. Here come the Blues away. Ron Wilson in on Manson, and he'll calmly flip it behind the net. As St. Louis heads for a change. Half a minute to go on the Hawks power play. Jocelyn Lemieux. His pass deflecting to Oates. However, was knocked down with a stick above the shoulder. And the whistle stops the play. Now this power play not helping the Chicago fortunes. It might well inspire the Blues.
First period action at the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. The Oilers with the puck. Joe Murphy takes it, slides it toward the net, redirected and in by Martin Gelinas, his second goal of the playoffs. Oilers lead the Kings 1-0 in period number 1. Now back to Chicago Stadium.
We're halfway through the second period, 2-1 in favor of the Blackhawks, and that man Rick Mahar, a big factor in the St. Louis penalty killing. This could have well been a game situation if Chicago could pop 1 or 2 in, but they've only had a couple of decent opportunities out of the 4 minutes.
A couple of good deflections, though. Riendo, as he was in the first game, very sharp here in this particular instance.
Here's Doug Wilson along slip shot, blocked by Paul Cavallini. Held in though by Creighton. Gave it to Bob Murray. Lets it go, and a save by Riendo. Rebound to the line. Wilson, his shot. That didn't get through. The Blues penalty now over. Both teams back at full strength as it's shot back into the Chicago zone. Doug Wilson right up behind the net. Able to bat it ahead to Roenick, who flips it into the penalty box area with 9 minutes remaining in the second period. It's Chicago 2, St. Louis 1. The St. Louis Blues, they able to keep themselves in the hunt.
Could be the turning point. 4-minute power play, a couple of chances on deflection. Riendo shut the door on both of them, but other than that, not too many quality chances.
Here's the draw to the Blues. Featherstone with a long shot. Millen the save. Rebound to the near side, and Presley hacked it to center right. Now Lawler gave it to Oates, dumping it in. Down to the far side, Featherstone trying to center one. Came right in front of the net, and Millen swept to the side. Adam Creighton cleared it to the neutral area. Now Oates rolled it ahead to the Hawk zone. Here's McLean chasing after it, hacked at it, but Conroy had managed to block it. And Thomas puts Creighton to center, where he'll dump it in and head for a change. Brindamore on left wing. His pass stolen by Lemieux. Back into the Blues zone. Roberts stood him up there. Back comes Oates, feeding Hall over the line, kicked it right to his stick. Yoni able to tie him up as Hall tried to muscle to the front of the net. Now a centering pass, just missed Hall in the slot, and out comes Wayne Sutter. Sutter cleared it over the line. Secord, a back pass, missing Sutter. One pass too many, an offside pass to Hall. Brett Hall behind everybody, but just barely a two-line pass, or he would have been in.
And Secord, who hasn't seen much action in the playoffs, with a chance to crank one up, tried to drop pass and had it picked off. Fortunately, it was an offside for Secord. Two-line pass. Secord has a terrific shot. He's got to take advantage of that and crank it up there. It's a matter of not having played that much. It really forces you to try to do some things. Your timing is off, and it's got to be too creative sometimes.
We mentioned earlier that Dennis Savard has not returned to the Chicago bench here in the second period. The word we're getting is that Savard has re-injured his index finger, which was a problem for him earlier this year. And we've been told that he's gone to the hospital for x-rays. So that's the report to this point on the Blackhawks centerman.
He missed 20 games with that broken finger. Jeremy Roenick will be the focus now. He'll have to pick up the slack offensively, and he's been able to do it.
He's He's out there now with Gilbert and Larmer. Zezel, Gino Cavallini, and Rich Sutter for St. Louis. Now Yanni back in his own zone. Got it to Manson with room to center. He shoots it in there. Riendo leaves for Cavallini behind the net. Lost it to Larmer, feeding Conroy. A bouncing puck, had to shoot it in behind the goal. Gilbert kicks it loose there. A couple of others scramble away. And the whistle sounds with 7 minutes remaining in the second period. It's Chicago 2, St. Louis 1. Player that they've had over the course of the season, a 21-year-old kid who is a ready, willing, and able learner. He likes to listen to people, and he's really made great strides in his young career.
He's got toughness as well. Takes a bigger player sometimes longer to get his coordination, and he's got a good future if he keeps improving as he has.
Not to mention he's playing the most difficult position in the league to learn, defense. Now, there the Blues trying to get out of their own zone. Thomas a big hit on Roberts in the corner. He's able to jam it loose for a moment. Now can't control it. Boy, Murray comes barreling in there. He battles with Zezel. Four players hack away. Finally it came to the stick of Paul Cavallini. Cavallini works it over the Hawk line. And a center one, just missing Momesso in the slot. Back of the goal, Sergio Momesso back on his feet, centered one, came to the deep slot, snapped. He's able to hack it loose behind the goal. Oates center one, Hall, quick shot, Millen the save. Great save with Momesso all over Millen. And Sergio Momesso is going to get a penalty for trying to interfere with Greg Millen. But Brad Hall again with that nose for the net, the quick release, and a miraculous save under the circumstances by Millen.
And Momesso 6'4" and about 210, and he's right in the goal mouth. And I don't know how Millen saw it. Snaps, loses control, but keeps it in nevertheless. Hacks it around the boards. To Oates. Oates out front. He misses Momesso. Right to Hall, and a great save by Millen. Momesso couldn't hold up his momentum, and he gets an interference call for running into Millen. Would have been an interesting situation if the puck goes in. Would he have made the same call? Because Millen made the save and then he made the call for interference. So another power play for the Blackhawks. They're 1 for 4. Momesso with 6 minutes in penalties here in the second period. But Kuharski didn't rule it till after Millen made the save.
You're exactly right, and if that puck, well, regardless, he's going to have one team completely furious if that puck goes in the net.
Greg Millen's blood pressure probably would have gone up a few notches.
He thought we saw his veins bulging the other night. That would have been minuscule compared to this deal. But the Hawks head to the power play now and trying to add to a 2-1 lead. Now the draw, taken by Creighton. Adam Creighton got it over the line, and the play is ruled offside.
Well, Mahar has got great wheels, and he uses them wisely. He angled Creighton perfectly to the near boards and allowing Schneps to stand him up. And Larmer on the far side couldn't hold up.
Big Harold Schneps, now 35 years old. His 16th campaign in the NHL. Rick Mahar not far behind him. Well, he's 36, but it's Mahar's 11th year. Mahar, a collegiate player, so he's a little older when he came into the league. Here comes Creighton in over the line, got turned around, and Lawler clears it. Now Bob Murray. Looking for Roenick at center. Put it to Wilson, who shoots it ahead. Ron Wilson steals. Couldn't get it out. Doug Wilson at the line. Centered it, Larmer. Turns to the near board. Dropped it to Bob Murray. Deep slot to Wilson. Feeding Roenick on the far side. Roenick put it to the far corner, and Creighton. Adam Creighton to the line. Wilson. Now for Roenick along the board. Back to Wilson, the long shot. Riendo. slammed it. It hit Riendo's glove, hopped loose, and rolled by the near post by 2 inches. And the Blues clear. I'm not sure Riendo ever saw that. It appeared to just hit his glove and dribble out of it, and barely trickled wide of the net. Half a minute for the Hawk power play as Thomas dumps it in. Lowler back. Clears, not out. Thomas along the near board to the line in Manston. Gave it to Thomas. Tees it up, shooting. Riendo with the right pad. Rebound. Yanni with a shot. That's stopped by Riendo. Mahar clears.
Riendo came out of the net. That play by Thomas, he was looking for a deflection, and Riendo came in front of it aggressively and kicked it away.
Now the St. Louis penalty over. Both teams back at full strength. Roy Murray in on Lowler to the corner. Now Thomas barrels in there. Helped Goulet dig it out to Yanni Erishkov, and a save by Riendo. Rebound to the near corner. Manson over skating it, allowing Oates to push it out to center ice. And now Oates gets it over the Hawk line to Gord Roberts. Centering, but Brindamore had broken his stick and unable to make a play. The Hawks clear it back the other way. F. Brown for St. Louis. Banks it to center. Thomas steps back to the line. Fires, and he shot it wide. Rebound, bouncing to Gilbert. Gilbert to the near circle. His shot. And Lemieux had his stick tied up. Couldn't redirect it in front of the net. Now Brindamore with a new piece of lumber. Clears it back into the Chicago zone. And it's going to be an icing call against St. Louis. 3 minutes remaining in period 2. It's 2-1 Chicago. Talent here in Chicago. The Hawks lead the Blues 2-1 late in the second period.
Well, Riendo got a piece of a Doug Wilson shot late on a Hawk power play, and it just trickled wide of the post. Blackhawks with 6 minutes of power play hockey here in the second period, and a 2-1 lead. They have a goal. So do the Blues. Brett Hull made it 1-1 at 35 seconds into the period.
Greg Gilbert trying to center it, and Lemieux just missed the tap in, and the Blues clear it back into the Hawk zone. Both teams now back at full strength as Jeff Brown sends it in. The Blues have not had a power play here in the second period. As Dale mentioned, 6 minutes of opportunity for Chicago and nothing to show for it as the Blues penalty killing backstopped by some fine work from Riendo has allowed St. Louis to remain in the game. Here's an offside call against the Blues, and we welcome those of you across Canada on Hockey Night in Canada to Chicago Stadium.
Well, Riendo was a big question mark coming into this series with only 11 minutes of playoff experience. He was brilliant, especially late in game 1 in the third period, stopping all 15 shots. And he's been extremely sharp here in this game. And the Hawks have had 3 straight power plays here in the second. And Riendo has made some key saves. Blackhawks, excuse me, pardon me. Blackhawks without the services of Dennis Savard, who injured a finger late in the first period, has not returned. He's gone for x-rays.
Great minds think alike. That's just what I was going to say for our recent joinees. There's Keith Brown in his own end. Bearing it to center. Dino Cavallini sends it back in. Bob Murray on it. Around the boards for Thomas. Steve Thomas did well to avoid a check, then cleared it ahead just over the stick of Larmer. And now Larmer able to gain control and clear it into St. Louis territory. Roenick hustles to the corner. He gets there. Trying to center it, but Paul Cavallini picks it off. His pass missing Brett Hull. Sliding into the Chicago zone. And Yanni ahead for Larmer. And it's ruled a 2-line pass. And the whistle sounds.
Paul Cavallini doesn't get beaten very often. Led the league with a plus-minus of +38 and a +63 since the Blues acquired him from the Capitals. Meanwhile, Brett Hull has scored his 7th goal of the playoffs in as many games and keeps the 7-game scoring streak alive coming into the game. He led the league in shots on goal in the regular season and has had this same distinction here in the playoffs.
Those who've had the good fortune of watching this great star over the course of the year, we all know he's got the great shot. He's got as good a wrist shot just about as he has a slapper. But what I've really noticed in the early part of this series, his ability his sense, his knack for getting into the open ice, getting to the slot area, and if that's not available, just off to either side. And we've got a couple of people on this team that are very good at looking for him, Adam Oates in particular, but he's got that hockey sense that you really can't teach.
In the genes.
I think he does more things than the old man did, though, don't you?
Well, he's got a softer touch. He moves the puck to the soft little passes and maybe reads better, but Robbie could do more on his own.
Now Ron Wilson gets it over the Hawk line to Lowry. And the center one, Doug Wilson picks it off, gave it to Troy Murray. Murray for Gilbert, clearing to center. Taken there by Lawler. Lifting it ahead. Yanni is there for Chicago and banks it out to center ice. Now Thomas over the St. Louis line with a shot that's blocked by Jeff Brown. Now Mike Lawler made it to the far board. Roenick stole it there, looking for Larmer in front. Pumped off the play by Ron Wilson with a nice effort, and McLean.
1 minute to play in the period.
Hawks dump it right back in as we go to the final minute of the period. Lawler trying to get it to Jeff Brown, who did well to pick it up. Brown for McLean. Conroy stopped him in the neutral zone. Hawks dump it back in there. Now Mike Lawler to McLean. Clearing to center. Goulet. And now off the play, Creighton and McLean come together. And Adam Creighton will get a penalty.
Creighton with over 200 minutes in penalties this year.
Blackhawk penalty number 22.
36 seconds to go. 2-1 Chicago lead. The Blues will get their fourth power play. They had 3 in the first period. Didn't score on any of them. McLean along the boards. And Creighton just took exception to McLean getting the glove in his face, turned around and swatted him and got caught by Koharski. Retaliatory type penalty. Something the Hawks were guilty of on numerous occasions in the first series against Minnesota. We expected this very type of series. And the teams have not disappointed. A 4-3 St. Louis win in game 1 after a 4-1 lead, dwindled away. And this one here, end-to-end, 2-1 hockey game. It'll go right down to the wire in this series. It'll probably go the same type of way even when it goes to St. Louis.
And these players in the first 5 periods anyway, asking no quarter, giving no quarter, but showing at least a little respect for one another. There hasn't been too much of the garbage after whistles and elbows and sticks either. Delivering checks, they're getting them, scraping themselves back up off the ice and going and running into somebody else.
It's been terrific hockey. The first 5 periods have been great.
Blues dump it in. Paul Cavallini cleared it to the far side. Doug Wilson after it, looking to get it out, couldn't do it. 25 seconds left in the period. Brindamore along the boards, lost it to Larmer, who scoops it to center ice. Now Larmer nearly picks it off in the neutral zone. He did, but then was knocked down. And Brindamore comes out. Brindamore had 2 goals in game 1, trying to center this one. It came to Zezel, a shot and a save by Millen with 1 second left in the period.
Well, Mike Keenan is furious with Koharski. Larmer was pulled down just outside the Blues line. And Keenan is a little irate, I would say. He just banged the glass. And I don't know if Koharski saw that, but Larmer knocked down by Oates, seems to lose his balance, kicked it ahead, and then stepped on the stick of Oates, went down in a heap. A bit of a somersault situation. The Blues came back and got a shot on goal. And a deflected shot by Millen up into the seats enables the Blues still to get a face-off chance with only 1 second remaining. With 3 seconds remaining in game 1 in the 3rd period when Presley got a loose puck and almost tied it up, forcing the game in overtime with just a second to go. The interesting thing about the face-off, the dot to the left of Millen, they dropped the puck about 6 feet from the dot. And the puck was shot from the corner.
Here's the draw. Larmer is able to tie up Oates, and the second period comes to an end. In the middle period here tonight, Chicago had 14 shots on goal. St. Louis had 7. Two-period totals 22-17, favoring the Blackhawks. 1 goal each way in the period. Brett Hull with his 7th goal in 7 games in postseason. Hull from Oates and Brindamore off a Doug Wilson giveaway at the 35-second mark to enable the Blues to tie the game. But then the Blues coughed one up in their own zone as Gordie Roberts tried to go up the middle but handed it right to Wayne Presley, and Presley fired in his 6th goal of the playoffs. That's the total he had in all of the regular season. Presley matching his total with 6 in the playoffs. That goal unassisted at 6:18 put Chicago back in front. And through 40 minutes here in Chicago Stadium, it's the Blackhawks 2 and the Blues 1. Apparently his injured finger is good enough to allow him to play. He has returned and will be available to Keenan here in the 3rd period. 2-1 in favor of the Hawks as we start the 3rd. Wilson hammering the length of the ice as the Blues, remember, have a power play to start the period. 1:10 left on a penalty to Creighton as Brindamore crosses the Hawk line. Lost it to Bob Murray. Around the boards to Gilbert. He can't get it out. Bouncing loose to the line. Oates is there to hold it in. Or Hull to the corner. Zezel. Peter Zezel splits it to Hull. He turns to the corner. Hull now works his way behind the Hawk net. Leaves it there for Zezel. Peter Zezel against Doug Wilson. Put it to the line, and Oates a long wrist shot and a safe rebound. Oh, Peter Zezel had an open net, and Doug Wilson, did he deflect it? Wilson may have saved the goal there, as it looked for sure like the Blues were going to tie the game. Jeff Brown. There's it to center, Brindamore. Clearing it into the Hawk zone. Pete Brown back. It's an icing call against the Blues.
Doug Wilson saved the goal, saved the tying goal. He coughed it up early in the 2nd period after the Hawks killed off a power play. He coughed it up to Brindamore, who in turn gave it to Oates, and Hull scored. But Doug Wilson might have made amends for that in a big way. The rebound right to Zezel, and Doug Wilson got a piece of it and deflected it up over the net. Oates with the wrist shot, deflected off Millen, right to Zezel. Zezel with an empty net, and Doug Wilson deflected it up over the net. Meanwhile, Savard back on the ice. Didn't play much in the late part of the 1st period. Was not here for the 2nd period and comes back for the 3rd.
Here's the draw to Paul Cavallini. Walking dangerously in front of his own net. Got help from Roberts, who feeds Oates. He shoots it in. Keith Brown hammers it around the boards. Got a funny hop to Savard, who clears as the Chicago penalty expires. And both teams are back at full strength. Paul Cavallini nearly coughed it up. Riendo put it to McLean, however. Paul McLean tied up by Creighton along the boards. McLean won the puck, though, and cleared the zone, but the Hawks shoot it right back in there. Roberts for St. Louis. Gave it to Momesso. Now Oates turning. Get it to Paul Cavallini. Returning to Oates at center ice. Gets it over the Hawk line, but Manson stole it there. Manson a quick turn, got away from Momesso. He feeds Lemieux. Back pass to himself. Racing over the Blues line. Here's Lemieux on the far side, stopping. The trailer is Manson. He walks up the slot. Couldn't pull the trigger. Good work by the Blues defensively as they had four men jamming up the slot area. Now Manson or Goulet at center ice. They'll send it in there. Harold Schnepp able to get it to Mahar, who scoops into the Chicago zone. Yanni gave it to Thomas, who was stopped by Jeff Brown. Big scrum along the boards. They'll hold it there. It's early in the 3rd period. It's 2-1 Chicago.
Protect a meager 1-goal lead, something they've been able to do with great consistency all season long.
Now the Blues. Hall unable to hold it in. Lemieux got it into the St. Louis end of the ice. Jeff Brown hammers it back the other way. And it's taken by Manson. Manson gave it away. Here's Gino Cavallini looking for Hull. The pass missed him. Zezzel to the corner. Took a bump there from Manson, who gains control and tipped it to the neutral area. Brown unable to get it deep. Here comes Lemieux the other way into the St. Louis zone on Lawler. Lemieux couldn't get around him. Lawler able to steal it and feeds Brett Hull at center. He's up the long one, and Bob Murray deflects it to the corner. Wayne Presley has it there. Couldn't get it out. Roberts. His pass broken up, and the Hawks clear to the neutral zone. All Cavallini. His feed intercepted. Out into St. Louis territory. Presley into the corner, had it knocked away to Adam Oates. Oates looking for Brindamore. The pass eludes him. And Oates has it again at center. His feed stolen by Savard. Works it in over the line. Got around Oates. Cutting for the net. Shoots. And a save. Rebound. There to the far side. Savard dug it out. Savard to the line. Yanni. Oh, Kevin Collins was going to call it offside. He didn't. Presley hacked it into the corner. Down to the line. Yanni. Here's the long shot. Tip. Oh, it just missed the far post after hitting Paul Cavallini. And winds up back at center. Savard is there. Gave it to Doug Wilson. Wilson got stopped. Savard carries on and moved in, but Larmer had been trapped in there and couldn't get back onside on the play.
Will Mike Levi please go to gate 3.5 immediately?
Well, Savard certainly will have a lot of energy. Missed the whole second period, flying out of the gate on that last change. Kicked it ahead, broke in on the right side, and powered one towards Riendo, and Riendo kicked it away. And then Trent Yanni, as the forward to the left winger, tried to block it, missed it. Riendo didn't see it and deflected off the far post.
Savard, if you joined us late, injured, went to the hospital for x-rays of a broken finger that had given him problems earlier this season, had been mended, but he got re-injured. They took him to the hospital for x-rays, and when they found he was all right and he hustled back to Chicago Stadium, I feel certain in saying that all the speed limit signs were observed.
Well, the hospital's not that close.
I didn't think he'd be here till next week. Savard on there with Gilbert and Larmer against Mahar, Lowry, and Rich Sutter. Not for long as the Blackhawks, with the benefit of a last change, make one here, and Roenick will come on there with Creighton and Goulet. Greg Millendale, you said it the other night, every time he's been yanked in the playoffs, which is 4 times now, he's responded the following game with an excellent effort. So far tonight, he's followed that pattern. Now in the Hawk zone, Roenick hacks it to the Blues line. Featherstone on it there. And Featherstone put it to Ron Wilson. Flips it to Lowry. He got a rough ride from Creighton over to the far side. Now Doug Wilson. He's Goulet on left wing. Goulet's pass just missing Roenick. There's going to be a penalty as Goulet was leveled. The Blues control. The whistle sounds, in St. Louis having a little problem with penalties so far in this game. 5 minutes gone in the third. The Hawks head to the power play, leading 2-1.
Blackhawk bench. And Lowry took a swat at him, and then right in front of Kowarski, in front of the bench, the penalty bench, Rich Sutter took a run at Goulet. I thought that was going to be the penalty, but Creighton clearly, again, retaliating. A bad penalty, an unnecessary penalty in a 2-1 game. That's the second time he's done that in this game, and those penalties always come back to haunt you, it seems.
This will be the 6th power play in the game for St. Louis. 3 of them have been because of Adam Creighton retaliation type situation. 3 times tonight now, Creighton has been given penalties to allow the Blues to head to the power play. So the difficult time in postseason play continues for the long, lanky centerman of the Blackhawks. Creighton with 1 goal, 4 assists, and now 47 minutes in penalties in 9 games. Here's the draw. Taken by Jeff Brown. Up the boards to Ron Wilson. Gave it back to Brown. Slipped it across to Oates. Now Brown again as the Blues work the perimeter. Centering pass to Oates. A quick shot. Nice save by Millen. Rebound. Came loose to the slot. Larmer rolled it over to the far side. Larmer trying to jam it loose. He's knocked down now on top of the puck. And Wilson trying to poke it out of there. Hawks trying to come to the aid of their fallen comrade Larmer. And Ron Wilson took the opportunity to jab at that puck that was underneath Steve Larmer. Gilbert protecting his penalty-killing partner.
At the Northlands Coliseum, second period action. The Edmonton Oilers on the power play, leading 1-0. Mark Messier with the puck sends it in front, and Craig Simpson gets his 5th goal of the playoffs. Oilers lead it 2-0. Now back to Chicago Stadium.
Greg Gilbert came across and had a word or two with Wilson. Larmer piggybacking Wilson to the corner and put it under him and then dove on top of him to freeze it. And then the jab by Wilson, and Gilbert came in and gave him a bit of a love tap.
Here's the draw. Larmer couldn't get it out. Here's Ron Wilson. A shot, and he missed the net. That was Hall, rather. He shot it wide and winds up back in the Blues zone. Adam Oates. Cleared it to center. Zezel puts Hall over the line, racing up the slot. Yanni, a diving poke check, prevented a shot. Now to the near side. Larmer gets there and cleared.
And Steve Larmer's been everywhere tonight. He scored the goal. He gave the Hawks the early lead, but he's been terrific killing penalties in a defensive role.
Now Jeff Brown has trouble with Savard along the boards at center. Ron Wilson came up with it. Gets it into the Blackhawk zone. Into the corner on Bob Murray, who tied him up there. Savard tries to jam it out. He did, but Jeff Brown will hold it in. To the far corner, Zezel lets it roll loose to Ron Wilson. For Hull in the far corner. Yanni stepped into him. Then Zezel dug it out to the line. Jeff Brown, here's the long shot. Blocked. Came to the near corner. Ron Wilson. Wilson bounced it to Zezel along the board. Bob Murray took it away. Clears it down all the way. One more quick rush on the Blues power play. Brett Hull over the line, leads for Oates. Trying to center one, it deflects to Keith Brown. Fired it to the near side. Oates holds it in. Centered one. McLean to the corner. McLean behind the net, taken by Brindamore. Center one, a shot, they score! Brett Hull! They had the puck on his stick in less than a heartbeat. It was there, it was gone, and Brett Hull with his second tonight ties the game at 2.
There's still a few seconds to go, but McLean drew the traffic. McLean put it in behind. Brown went to McLean, and Hull was open on the far side, and he made no mistake on the feed from Brindamore. Brindamore in the net, behind the net. Brown goes to McLean, then that leaves Hull an open alley on the far side, and he buried it as quickly as anybody will ever do it.
Brett Hull with 8 playoff goals in 7 games. And the power play goal for the Blues ties it up at 2. Now Manson in his own end. Hurts the Hawks away. Here's the center. Blues shooting it back in there. Taken by Conroy. Steve Conroy gave it to Troy Murray. He fires it in. Riendo gloving it. Was going to play it. Now thinks again as Presley came racing in there.
St. Louis goal.
And Riendo will take a whistle as the Blues make sure to protect their goaltender. A little pushing and shoving. But that'll be all for now with 12 and a half to go in the 3rd period. The Hawks and the Blues are tied at 2 as we pause for a regional break. You're watching Stanley Cup playoff action on Sports Channel America.
On the next USOC Olympic Sports Series from West Berlin.
Another tight affair in this series. We had one in Game 1. We're having one tonight. I really expect this entire series to be this way. Just about every night, it's going to be rare that one team has full control of a game over the other. Here comes Momesso for the Blues, dumping it in. Conroy back. Up the middle to Goulet. Michel Goulet got rubbed off by Ron Wilson at center. Cleared back into the Hog zone. The Meso gets there in the far corner. And the center one, but the Blues unable to get to the slot. And now Dwayne Sutter moved it to center where Roenick was leveled, and the Blues will be shorthanded here. And now here's them battling in behind the St. Louis net. Riendo wants to know why Dwayne Sutter is not going to get a penalty. It appears he will not. We'll fill you in for sure when we come back. 12 minutes to go in the second period. The Blackhawks and the Blues are tied at 2 as we pause for a regional break.
Neutral zone, and Cavallini appeared to give out a clean, solid hit, knocking Roenick flying off the puck. And an elbow ruled by Koharski, and the Blackhawks now in the power play. For the 6th time tonight, they're 1 for 5. 7th time, I should say. Only 1 power play goal. They had a 4-minute power play after taking a 2-1 lead in the early stages of the second period.
Here's Bob Murray at the far point. Tees it up, shoots one at the flex wide. Doug Wilson holding it in. Got it around behind the net. Nets whiffed on it, allowing Savard to gain control. Savard back pass to Murray at the line. Deep slot to Wilson, feeding Savard. Savard hangs on. Back to the far point, Bob Murray for Savard. Heels off to the boards, hangs on, centered it to Wilson. Here's a drive. They score! It may have been tipped in by Troy Murray, who was in front of the net. Wilson with the blast from the deep slot, redirected by Riendo. 3-2, Chicago.
Troy Murray, who's been struggling offensively, only 3 assists, only had 6 shots on goal in the first 8 games, goes to the front of the net. Savard over to Wilson. The shot gets by, and it deflects off either off Lawler or Troy Murray. As Riendo was going to the seat of his pants, the pass through the legs by Savard. The shot from Wilson getting through, and the shot clearly changing directions. If I think it hit Lawler and deflected up over Riendo. A power play goal for the Blackhawks, their 2nd of the night. And they regain the lead. They've never trailed in this one. And that leads them 1-0 and 2-1 and now 3-2.
In Game 2 of the Minnesota series, the Blackhawks scored 3 power play goals. Other than that, they've never had more than 1 in any particular postseason game. But 2 here tonight. And this an obvious, very large one as the Hawks have the lead. Here's Thomas on a steal. In over the line. Fires. He scores! Steve Thomas with a steal and score. And the Blackhawks, with 2 goals in 10 seconds, have taken a 4-2 lead.
Well, Steve Thomas had a great regular season. Hot and cold type season. When he gets hot, there's nobody hotter. He just stole in the neutral zone, broke in on the left wing, and cranked it up. Puck hacked at. Thomas picked it up, picked away from Hull.
Savard hangs on. Back to the far point, Bob Murray for Savard. Heels off to the boards, hangs on, centered it to Wilson. Here's a drive. They score! It may have been tipped in by Troy Murray, who was in front of the net. Wilson with the blast from the deep slot, redirected by Riendo. 3-2, Chicago.
Troy Murray, who's been struggling offensively, only 3 assists, only had 6 shots on goal in the first 8 games, goes to the front of the net. Savard over to Wilson. The shot gets by, and it deflects off either off Lawler or Troy Murray. As Riendo was going to the seat of his pants, the pass through the legs by Savard. The shot from Wilson getting through, and the shot clearly changing directions. If I think it hit Lawler and deflected up over Riendo. A power play goal for the Blackhawks, their 2nd of the night. And they regain the lead. They've never trailed in this one. And that leads them 1-0 and 2-1 and now 3-2.
the Minnesota series, the Blackhawks scored 3 power play goals. Other than that, they've never had more than 1 in any particular postseason game. But 2 here tonight. And this an obvious, very large one as the Hawks have the lead. Here's Thomas on a steal. In over the line, fires, he scores! Steve Thomas with a steal and score! And the Blackhawks, with 2 goals in 10 seconds, have taken a 4-2 lead.
Well, Steve Thomas had a great regular season. Hot and cold type season. When he gets hot, there's nobody hotter. He just stole in the neutral zone, broke in on the left wing, and cranked it up. Puck hacked at. Thomas picked it up, picked away from Hull, and beat Riendo just under the glove hand inside the far post. Good play by Bob Murray to stand up on Oates, forcing the turnover, and then Thomas made them pay. But Bob Murray, the veteran, inserted into the lineup, stood up, forced the turnover, and Thomas made them pay just under the glove to give the Hawks 2 goals in 10 seconds.
Now the draw. Paul McLean steals one, trying to center it, bouncing puck, and Roenick there to gain control for Chicago. And it took Creighton back to Roenick. Crisscrossing over the St. Louis line. Roenick to the near corner. Bumped there by Lawler, and it's taken away by Jeff Brown. Brown beating Brindamore over the line on the left side. He got it to McLean, who shoots one. It's blocked by Michel Goulet. And Creighton pushed it into the St. Louis zone. He's going to take an icing call here.
The stadium crowd really into it now. 2 goals in 10 seconds. A power play goal. They have not given credit to anyone. I think Wilson will get the goal, and it appeared to hit Lawler. And then Steve Thomas definitely will get his 3rd. 10 seconds after the power play goal to give the Hawks a 2-goal cushion with 10.5 to go.
On hand here in the big barn on West Madison Street tonight.
Millen had a terrific night for the Blackhawks in net, looking for his first win against the Blues ever as a Blackhawk. He started the first 2 games of the regular season in a Blues uniform, won both games. Finished the regular season in the last 2 games against the Blues, got a tie and a loss.
So if we said it would be he was responsible for 3 wins and a tie for St. Louis, that would be unfair, wouldn't it? Zazzle and Troy Murray ready. Not anymore. Murray tossed out. Well, Presley will try for this draw against Peter Zazzle.
Zazzle certainly should have the edge. He's a good face-off man against a winger that doesn't take face-offs, and Presley wins it.
However, it was ruled to have been dropped unfairly, so they'll have to line up and do it again.
The first Blackhawk goal of the period is first in the playoffs, scored by number 19.
Well, they give Troy Murray that power play goal, ruling that he deflected it in. Wilson and Savard assisting at 8:37, and then 10 seconds later, Steve Thomas with his 3rd playoff goal. That should be unassisted at 8:47. Now here's the draw in the Hawk zone, right to Gordy Roberts, who fakes the shot to the far corner. Turned around there by Presley. Roberts still sends one, but Keith Brown wisely there to steal it and clear it to center ice. Blues dumping it right back in. Here's Bob Murray. Murray puts it to the neutral area. Taken by Zazzle. Now Paul Cavallini. And the Hawks zone lead for Hull. The long center pass. Tipped right on Millen. What a save. Rebound. Did it go in the net? No, the whistle had sounded. Tino Cavallini busting up the slot. Brown Hull had every intention of making a pass there. He was looking for a deflection, which he 4-2 Chicago.
Unassisted at 8:47.
Wow, this clean.
Cavallini was going for the deflection. Millen made the save, and Cavallini went crashing into him and knocked Millen into the net. But Millen was able to hold it outside the line.
Now the draw taken by Manson around the boards to Lemieux. Jocelyn Lemieux got stopped at center, and it apparently hit a Chicago player leaning over the boards from the bench.
Lemieux, who had his first career hat trick ever against the Blues, the team that originally drafted him. He's been a welcome addition to the Blackhawks after getting him over from the Canadiens. 4 assists in the playoffs. Playing injured, he's not on 100%.
Steve Conroy now will send it in. Mike Lawler back to the right wing boards. Richard Sutter at the center ice. Manson has it there and got it back into St. Louis territory. Lawler fires it back the other way. Manson in his own end. Banks it too far for Conroy, sliding into the Blues zone. Taken by Jeff Brown, ahead for Rich Sutter. Sutter puts Oates to center. Now he gains the line. Oates to the trailing Jeff Brown, whose pass is picked off by Doug Wilson. And Wilson ahead for Larmer, and it's ruled a 2-line pass. And the whistle stops the play.
Good poke check there by Doug Wilson. Tried to speed Larmer up the near boards. Larmer ahead of the line. Good call by the officials there. The 2-line pass. Well, Wilson coughed up the first Blues goal, but he really made a great play to rob Zezel from a goal, reflecting an empty net opportunity for Zezel on a Blues power play in the second period.
Now the draw, and Wilson chips it into the Blues zone. All Cavallini. Gave it to Oates. 3-on-3 over the line. Leaves it for McLean. Here's a wrist shot, and it's saved by Millen. Rebound to Larmer. Steve Larmer carries it over the Blues line. Faking the shot. Now the drive. Riendo makes the pad save. The Hawks dump it back to the Blues zone. Welcome again to Hockey Night in Canada to Chicago Stadium. Pat Foley and Dale Talon with you as the Blackhawks erupting for 2 goals in 10 seconds to open up a 4-2 lead here in the third. After Brett Hull tied the game with a Blues power play goal, the Hawks got a power play opportunity, and Troy Murray with a deflection to put the Blackhawks back in front. Followed 10 seconds later by a Steve Thomas steal and score. And all of a sudden, the Blackhawks had a 4-2 lead, which is where they are now with 8 minutes remaining in the third as Troy Murray clears it back to the St. Louis net. Mike Lawler is on it there. Starts it to Roberts. Up the boards for Hull. Clearing to Gino Cavallini, who pushed it in there. Millen to the far side. Gino Cavallini stole it, centered, and Brett Hull missed a hat trick by just a foot or so as he deflected one barely wide as Millen scurried to get back into the net. Roberts back of his own goal. Gave it to Mike Lawler. Looking for Hull, who chopped it into the neutral zone. Greg Gilbert. And send it to Larmer. He was too well covered and shot back into Blackhawk ice. And Doug Wilson controls there. Ahead for Gilbert. Putting it into the St. Louis end. Far board Momesso. Sergio Momesso. Give it to Jeff Brown. Turn to center Mahar. Steps over the Hawk line. Rick Mahar left it for McLean. The shot blocked by Doug Wilson. Rebound into the near corner. Mahar poked it free to Momesso. Hit the side of the net. Momesso had difficulty handling it. Now tries to center. Millen blocked the pass. Goes down to cover it up. And halt the play. 6.5 remaining in the third period. It's Chicago 4, St. Louis 2.
Just deflected it wide. Well, go-ahead goal, or the fourth goal for the Blackhawks. Good defensive work by Bob Murray standing up. The turnover created. Thomas made them pay. 10 seconds after a power play goal from Troy Murray, Thomas got his third of the playoffs. And the Blackhawks still have a 2-goal lead with 6.5 to go here in the third.
Brown and Featherstone have difficulty lining up. Striped shirts over there to try to keep the peace. So Oates and Murray get ready to the right of Millen. And the draw to the Blues. Hull out to the line with a neat pass to Jeff Brown, who shoots, and a save by Millen. Rebound to the near side. Lemieux there. And Jocelyn Lemieux hoists one out to center ice. Jeff Brown lifted to Oates on the right wing boards. He'll dump it in, and it's ruled an offside play. Oh, the whistle sounds, and they'll bring the draw back into St. Louis ice. Rick Mahar, the Blues captain, the ageless skater, still fluid at 36 years of age.
Great wheels, and he knows how to play the game defensively as well. He's only missed 11 games. He's played over 400 games for the Blues, and he's only missed 11 of them. Blues are pretty solid up the middle. Oates, Mahar, Zezel. Ron Wilson has really been a big addition to their lineup. Brindamore can play center as well.
Now Lawler cranks it into the Blackhawk end. Facing himself to the far corner. He and Brown bumped there. Then Oates dug it out, but a pane of glass is dislodged. And we'll get a stop in the play as they have to replace that. And we have 6 minutes remaining in the third period here in the stadium tonight. It's Chicago 4, St. Louis 2. More of the same as game 3. The scene shifts to the arena in St. Louis. We'll be there on Sunday night for game 3 of this series, 7:30 Central Time. Is the 6 o'clock. That's right, 6 o'clock on Sunday Central Time is the opening puck drop. And we are fortunate, Dale, I think, in this series to be able to work in what I think are the 2 loudest buildings in the NHL. I don't think there's any peer to the atmosphere we have here in Chicago, but the St. Louis people have a big old barn to scream in, and they can crank it up pretty well there too.
It's developed into quite a rivalry over the past years. Took a backseat to the North Star Blackhawk rivalry, but it's taken its place in the last 3 or 4 years, especially last year's playoff competition. Blackhawks won that series last year 4-1 after the Blues dominated the regular season, as they did this year.
All right, ready to go now with Savard between Gilbert and Larmer out for Chicago. It's Oates, Brindamore, and McLean for St. Louis. Cleared behind the Hawks net. Millen sweeps it along the boards. Larmer able to gather it in. Steve Larmer steps over the St. Louis line, trying to split a couple of checks. Works his way to the corner. Got it behind the net, Gilbert. Gilbert took a bump there from Paul Cavallini, who jammed it loose to McLean. And now Lawler got it to center ice. Brindamore gave it to Paul Cavallini, splits the defense, he's in, Cavallini shoots, he scores! Paul Cavallini splits the Hawk defense at the blue line and fires a wrist shot past Millen, who got a piece, but it dribbled in behind him. And Paul Cavallini gets the Blues close at 4-3.
All kinds of room. The Blackhawks overplay it. Savard goes through the middle. Manson overplays him. Cavallini goes straight up the middle and muscles it through Millen, who was out of the net. A lot of room between the Larmer was the other player back. Savard hacks at him. Millen gets a piece of it, but Cavallini muscles it in, and the Blues battle back. The never say die Blues. Now a 4-3 Blackhawk lead. Cavallini, who had a great regular season, led the league in a plus-minus, had 2 goals and 9 points. in the 8-game series, comes through with a big effort there as the Hawks overplayed it.
Paul Cavallini led the NHL in plus-minus with a +38. Not known as necessarily a prolific scorer, but he certainly knew what to do with it there. He had 8 goals in the regular season and 47 points. So he's no slouch offensively, but
St. Louis goal scored by Paul Cavallini, assisted by Brindamore and Lawler at 14:34.
Brindamore is given an assist on that goal by Paul Cavallini. So the Blues down now only 4-3, and Rod Brindamore has 3 assists in this hockey game. Now Doug Wilson back at his own net. It was Brindamore and Lawler that got the 2 assists on that Cavallini goal. Now Jeff Brown's pass nearly picked off by Goulet, who now does steal it, steps over the line, shoots one, didn't get it through Roberts, and Riendo covers up at the side of the net. So there'll be a draw in the Blues zone.
Goulet has been sitting for a bit in this period, and all of a sudden now with only a 1-goal lead, Goulet is back on the ice, strips it from his former teammate. Got it away from Brown and moved in from a sharp angle, and had a shot deflect in behind the net.
Welcome to those of you watching Edmonton, LA. Pat Foley and Dale Talon in Chicago. The Blues, Paul Cavallini just scored a moment ago to draw St. Louis back into the contest. Hawks scored 2 goals in 10 seconds earlier in this 3rd period, but Cavallini's goal has drawn the Blues to within 1. It's 4-3 Chicago with 4.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd. As Jeff Brown now moves back of his own net, lost the handle to Troy Murray, but Brown then flipped it over the glass and into the crowd.
Troy Murray having an excellent game, one of his best games of the playoffs. He only had 6 shots on goal in the first 8 games. He had 2 shots prior to that goal he scored, that deflected shot from Doug Wilson on the power play. Keith Brown continues to have a solid playoff after a great season. Acting captain of the Blackhawks, replacing Dirk Graham, who's missed all of the playoffs with an injured knee.
Keith Brown making his 70th appearance in a postseason game tonight for Chicago. Now Zezel and Troy Murray get ready, and the draw is taken by Paul Cavallini. Puts it up the boards. Brett Hull couldn't get to it. The Hawks dump it in. Lawler to the far side. Presley nearly got to it, but now Gino Cavallini does. First it to the Chicago line. Bob Murray banks it back to center. Campbell along the boards. Blues dig it out to Hull. Oh, Brett Hull couldn't hold the pass, or he would have had a chance to tee one up. Now around the boards is taken by Steve Thomas, feeding Presley on the move at center. Trying to split the defense. He took a dive. I think a good no call there by Don Koharski. The fans don't agree, but I thought he made the right no call. Here come the Hawks again, but Adam Oates broke up that rush. Now Yanni will hammer it in deep. 3.5 minutes left. As Gilbert bumps along the boards, lost it to Paul Cavallini, clearing to center, and Yanni will put it right back in there. Lawler fires it around to the near side, an open wing held in by Doug Wilson. A wrist shot sailing up high, and Brindamore for the Blues. Able to clear it to the Hawk line. Doug Wilson going to feed Steve Larmer. Just missed him, and it's going to slide the length for an icing call against Chicago with 3 minutes left to go in regulation time.
Well, Presley was surprised. He picked up the puck, didn't realize how much room he might have had to take off. Then when he realized that it was too late, and then when he was hooked, he tried to make it seem worse than it was by spinning around, flopping to the ice. Meanwhile, a little sidebar, Indianapolis Blackhawks farm team against St. Louis's farm team Peoria in the International League in the first round of their playoffs. Indianapolis knocked off Peoria, and they win the series 4-1, a 3-2 win by the Indianapolis Ice, coached by Brian Sutter's brother, Darryl.
Well, the face-off to the right of Greg Millen as Oates Comes on with McLean and Brindamore, Roenick, Creighton, and Gilbert. For Chicago, here's the draw. Brindamore's quick shot deflects to the corner. Bob Murray there. Poke check by McLean. They wrestle along the boards. And now the Blues try to dig it out. They do to Roberts, who shoots one. It deflects wide. Nice play by Brown to get out to the line to block it. And it's cleared to the St. Louis end. Jeff Brown for St. Louis. Fired it to the near side. Roenick held it into the corner. Creighton behind the net to Roenick. Trying to battle his way to the slot, but Lord Roberts said no. Now Creighton bumping McLean in the corner. And it came loose to Roberts. Lord Roberts starts Jeff Brown on his way. He feeds Brindamore, rolling it over the line to Hall. He cuts for the net, centered one. Presley deflected it, but right to Roberts, who shoots. He shot it wide, it deflect wide. Behind the net, Wilson knocked down on top of the puck. Wants the whistle, he gets it with 2 minutes remaining. And isn't it amazing that in a one-goal game, Brett Hull ever has any open ice, and yet he's been able to find it twice here in the last 2 shifts.
Well, he cut in on the near boards. Doug Wilson committed, and Brett Hull cut in and let it go, looking for a teammate. He's got eyes all over the place. He knows where everyone is. Not only can he let it rip and can score, but he also can set the table. One-handed pass as he was let go, and he goes wide. Pass back, deflecting off Presley to Gord Roberts, who flipped it out towards the front, and then Doug Wilson, who's hooked from behind by Oates, fell on top of it.
You know, everybody knows about Brett's great father and the Hall of Famer that Bobby Hull is. But when I said earlier that Brett maybe can do more things, that's really what I was talking about. I'm not sure how good a playmaker Bobby Hull was, and not to take anything away from him, because he's obviously one of the greatest in the history of the game. But it seems to me, and I didn't see Bobby in his heyday, but Brett just has a great knack not only for scoring, but as you said, to set up the table, and he's a very good playmaker in addition to being a great sniper.
He's a lot quicker than you think he is.
Two minutes left in the third period. 4-3 in favor of the Hawks. That's the score by which the Blues won Game 1. There's the draw. Bob Murray sends it off the glass, back the other way. It's going to be an icing call against Chicago if Cavallini gets there. He does. So they'll bring the draw right back the other way.
What a trade for the Blues, getting Cavallini from the Capitals. Capitals almost did him a favor because they really thought that he wouldn't get much ice time with Langway and Hatcher and Stevens. And they made the deal for the Blues, and boy, what an addition he's been. He's been terrific on the blue line. Plus 38, plus 63 in his career with the Blues. Well, face-offs now becoming ultra important. Peter Zezel out there, an excellent face-off man. Mahar is a good face-off man. Roenick out there, a right-handed shot, will try to pull it to the corner. Zezel, a left-handed shot, will try to pull it back to the hard-shooting Jeff Brown, the top of the circle.
Roenick and Zezel ready, and everybody jumps the gun. Zezel, Hull, and Gino Cavallini for Brian Sutter's Blues. Roenick, Troy Murray, and Larmer for Mike Keenan's Blackhawks. There's the draw. Zezel trying to push it to himself, but Bob Murray reacted to tie him up. And it's cleared just outside the line. The Blues put it back in there offside.
It just had enough momentum. The clearing attempt hit the official and came out to the middle of the ice. Cavallini dove headlong, tried to keep it in. And a good call by the linesman there to force the face-off in the neutral zone. Here's another guy that's really surprised and has really been a good addition. Everyone knew about Jeff Brown's offensive abilities as a defenseman. I don't think they really saw him at his best in Quebec. His heart wasn't in it there. He didn't really want to be there. But with the Blues, he's shown the ability to play solid defense as well.
Now ready. Here's the draw to Keith Brown. Brown battles at the center, then lost the handle. Here's Brett Hull over the Hawk line with a shot that is blocked into the corner. Keith Brown after it there. Got knocked down. Bob Murray flipped it up the board. Came loose to Roenick, and he flies it to the St. Louis line. Mike Lawler turns for the Blues. Give it to Paul Cavallini. Back to Lawler. Ahead for Hull over the line. Hull trying to cut in on Yanni. He center one. Zazzle. Millen! What a save by Greg Millen! And Peter Zazzle had him all to himself. Savard the other way. In over the line. Center one. Troy Murray couldn't hold the pass. He would have been in alone. Into the final minute of the third period. The Blues dump it in. Riendo can't get to the bench as the Hawks clear it back into the Blues zone. McLean back, 45 seconds left. Long feed deflecting. Here's Brindamore. In over the line on Gilbert, trying to center it. Gilbert blocked the pass, and it came free back to center ice. 6 skaters for St. Louis. Riendo's off to the bench. The Blues dump it in. Wilson is without a stick, trying to glove it out. His glove made it outside the line, and I guess the puck did too, as the Blues are called for an offside. Greg Millen has made a lot of big saves in his career. That one's got to rank up among the top.
Well, how could Zazzle be so alone in the last minute of play? He snuck in behind everyone. 3 Hawks back to 2 players. Zazzle left alone. And a great reaction saved by Millen, kicking to his left and keeping it a 4-3 game. Zazzle all alone. And Millen robs him. Second time in this game, Zazzle's had an opportunity to score a goal. He had an empty net opportunity on a power play that had deflected over the net by Doug Wilson, and then Millen robs him right there with under 30 seconds to go here in the third. What a game.
And I think we're going to see this just about the entire series. Nip and tuck right down to the wire. These two teams are just too evenly matched to have it any other way. Half a minute left in this one as both teams circle the wagon. And the draw will be outside the Hawk line, so let's see how Brian Sutter's going to play it, whether Riendo, who, by the way, is not having his 24th birthday go the way he had hoped. He's 24 today, and he will have to remain in the game here, at least for the moment, as the draw will be in the neutral area. Now let's see, the Blues have 6 skaters out along with Riendo. They're not going to be able to stay that way for very long, and now Sutter calls Riendo to the bench, so it'll be 6 skaters out there for St. Louis, with the draw just outside the Hawk line. Hull, Brindamore, Zazzle, Oates, McLean, and Brown for the Blues. Roenick, Gilbert, Larmer, Brown, and Bob Murray for the Blackhawks. 27 seconds to go. 4-3 Chicago. Here's the draw. Jeff Brown will hammer it in there. Around to the far side, Hull. Bouncing loose to the line. Stolen by Roenick. Roenick tapped it to Gilbert. Trying for the empty net. He gave it to Roenick. Hawks win! Hawks win! Jeremy Roenick into the empty net. Makes it 5-3 Chicago.
Well, Roenick unselfishly passed it over to Gilbert, but Gilbert was off balance. He dove headlong, got it back to Roenick, and Roenick put it in. The Blues won the draw, dumped it in around the boards. Millen came out to play it, missed it, and went to the near side, or the far side, and then the pass came to the center ice area just inside the line, and swatted at by Gilbert, and Roenick, who appeared to drag the line to stay onside, put it into the empty net. Gilbert, though, a tremendous play. Well, that looked pretty close to being offside, but no argument from anyone, and the Blackhawks now with 14 seconds to go have a 2-goal lead, 5-3. Well, Greg Millen got to be elated. 4 times he's been yanked in 8 games. First win ever against the Blues, his former teammates, after making a game-saving save on Peter Zazzle.
How many similarities to Game 1 can we have here in Game 2? And remember the end of Game 1, Presley with a great chance with 1 second left, robbed by Riendo to preserve the Blues' 1-goal win. Now St. Louis in the last minute of play here in the third with a great chance to tie it. Millen shuts the door, and the Blackhawks Blackhawks go to score in the empty net. They drop the puck. The crowd counts it down, and the Hawks have tied the series. Just what we expected, a hard-fought game tonight, as was Game 1, and Greg Millen accepting congratulations from his teammates, and they'll all be giving him a little tap, recognizing his contribution, and in particular, only moments ago to preserve the lead.
Great hockey game, end-to-end. The Blues never quit. They never had the lead in this game. We're down 4-2 in the middle part of the third, but they battled back and almost tied it up on Zezel's opportunity. But they had a 1-game-to-love lead, and they almost made it 2 games to love. But the Hawks showed more emotion and character tonight than they did in Game 1.
So the scene will shift back to the St. Louis Arena on Sunday night at 6 o'clock Central Time for Game 3 there. And in the third period, 10 shots for St. Louis, 7 for Chicago, 29-27, the Blackhawk edge over the course of the game.